you for joining us on Channel 24 on Spotlighting Jonesboro. And today's edition, we are going to be talking about the Jonesboro Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I have a very special guest in the studio with me today. It's Mark Young, the President, CEO of the Jonesboro Regional Chamber of Commerce. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jack. Thanks for having me on today.
Great. Well, Mark, let's start fairly basic, kind of high level. What exactly is the Chamber of Commerce?
Chamber of Commerce is a business organization, and we're member driven. We have over 1,200 member businesses currently that are part of the Chamber of Commerce, and we focus on economic development, service, and leadership in our community.
Okay. Now, and what's the term regional? What does that mean? Why is it not just simply Jonesboro Chamber of Commerce?
We do serve, as you know, the city of Jonesboro is the same way. We serve a larger community, and so people come here for goods and services and to have medical care, education that come from the region, and so our chamber serves a larger region as well, and so we wanted to recognize that in our name.
Certainly. Okay, so now let's kind of get down to the nuts and bolts of the operation. You mentioned what the chamber is. Now let's talk about what you guys do, and this is actually the feet on the ground, driving the everyday work. So what is it that the chamber does?
Well, a big part of what we do is to serve the community in terms of economic development. So we work with business and industry to help them grow and expand. Mm-hmm. And we also do a lot of work in terms of recruiting new business and industry to the community.
Okay. So when you approach outside businesses, somebody that's not a part of our community, may not even be a part of our state, what are some of the tactics that you would use to basically kind of entice them to come on to Jonesboro?
Well, companies look at many different factors when they're trying to decide where they can locate and be successful in business. One of those is workforce. Mm-hmm. All of us who are employers know that for us to be successful, we have to have a great workforce, and we're very blessed in Jonesboro to have a great workforce. But mm-hmm. that's one of the things that we highlight and we talk about is how the quality of our workforce, the skill set that our workforce has, and the attributes that they can bring to any business. So that's part of it. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, obviously the educational resources that we have locally are extremely important. Being home to Arkansas State University gives us a tremendous advantage over many communities, and many companies are very interested in knowing that workforce is going to continue to have opportunities for training, and that those educational resources are here locally. Mm-hmm. Third thing that sort of sets us apart in many respects is that our utility system here, City Water and Light, does an incredible job locally, not just from a cost standpoint, but cost and quality. Mm-hmm. And so as industries are looking at our community and evaluating our community, we show up very well when it comes to utility infrastructure that's already in place, mm-hmm. The cost, the capacity that we have, and our ability to provide industrial property to those companies as well.
Certainly. So how much does our quality of life, our education system outside of the collegiate level, more on the Jonesboro school systems, Valley View and whatnot, how much of a role does that play on attracting these new businesses?
Quality of life is extremely important, not only for the businesses, but obviously for the people that would come with those businesses. Right. And as they evaluate our community, those are things that they do look at. They look at the quality of health care that we have in our community. They look at education, K through 12 and on up, as part of that process too.
Okay. And you mentioned that the other half, or the other side of this coin, is that you ensure that the businesses that are in town right now, that they are growing and prospering. What sort of things do you guys do for them to help along that process?
Sure. We have a very active existing business and industry program at the Chamber of Commerce, and we go out, visit with all of our businesses, try to understand what needs they might have, whether those are training needs or whether they're other needs from infrastructure, traffic issues, whatever those are, and then communicate those to the appropriate people so that we as a community can continue to grow and expand. That's part of it. And then obviously we're very interested in working with our members, and one of the things that we have coming up just in the next couple of weeks is our big business expo. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing this for 20 plus years now, and it's a great event. Right. It's a great way for our local businesses to showcase their products and services that they have to the community and to other businesses as well.
Certainly, and that kind of lends itself to the next topic. You mentioned you take the needs of whatnot from the businesses and make sure that they get expressed on the various levels, whether it be on the government or the business side of things, and you do that by means of your committees. Talk a little bit about your committees, and you don't have to get into specifics, but just about the committees in general.
We have very active committees. We have 11 standing committees at the Chamber, and it ranges from everything from agriculture to transportation and everything in between. The key to that is we have so many wonderful volunteers at the Chamber of Commerce, and we couldn't do the things that we're able to do without their support and help and their leadership. And these are business leaders throughout our community who are invested in Jonesboro and want to see it grow and expand. And part of how they do that are through working through projects at the Chamber of Commerce, through these committees. And it's extremely important to us.
Now, taking all of that, why is this important? Why is the job function, the daily duties, the committees, the representation that you guys bring to the community, why is this important for the success of Jonesboro?
Well, part of it is we serve as the voice of the business community. And for Jonesboro to continue to grow and expand, we have to be a community that attracts great talent. We have to be a community that can keep and retain businesses. And we have to be a community that really understands and appreciates the businesses that we have already in place and help them grow and expand in the future as well.
Okay. So I guess something on the kind of on a hot topic right now, and that's the growth and the expansion of, I guess, business development out on the Highway 49 area with the new hospital. What's your take on that? I asked the mayor this in his State of the City address interview, and he had a obviously it's a positive thing. But what's your take on the new development and growth out that way?
We've seen growth throughout our community in different locations, and where you're referring to is on Highway 49, and we continue to see development there. It's very positive for our community. The growth as we see new businesses locating, and even some businesses adding a second location to serve the needs of our community and the region that we talked about earlier. It's extremely important, and we see it as a very positive thing. With that comes opportunities, as you know, and I know the mayor's talked about this as well, the ability for us to continue to coordinate and serve our traffic issues and patterns that are out there. That's extremely important. But as a community, that growth that we're seeing is very positive, and I think that will continue in the future.
Certainly. All right. So businesses in town, as you said, you had how many members currently?
Over 1,200.
Over 1,200. If anybody is interested in joining the chamber and getting involved with what you guys do, whether it be volunteering on a committee or just being a part of the chamber as a business, how do they go about doing that?
They can always give us a call at 932-6691, and we would be happy to assist them at becoming a member and then talking to them about how to get involved. We do a lot of activity and work, as you know, through our committees, and we try to find the right place for people to get plugged in, where their passion is, whether, again, it's the environment at Arkansas State University or a whole host of other areas as well.
And that's part of it. I think I attended the new member lunch not too long ago, and I think one of the best things I took away from it is you can't just be a member of the chamber. You got to get involved, or else it doesn't do anything for you.
Well, again, we love for people to be involved. It makes our community better. It makes our business community better. And so we're proud when we have that kind of participation from our members.
Certainly. Well, Mark, I certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come sit and talk with us. And we'll certainly be seeing you quite a bit more. We're going to start doing some other things and invite you down and get you to share some of your experience and knowledge and make this segment a little better.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you, and thank you for watching Channel 24.